And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio, back to basics. Well, I am working on getting more and more research done and for modules, and we are ready to sort of tackle the next step here. I want to actually do a couple things, and it's going to be... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Okay. These are going to be the last step here, the processor boards. Because I've got the basic boards here, got the logic boards here, and I need the processor boards for the next step. I'll definitely eventually have to use them, so just want to get these done and get them in, hopefully. So 10 actually want all of these to be there, and then let's do the bottom ones as the longs. So I think it's Shift L. Yep. With the new Bob's inserter system, it's a little bit more work to get everything working, but in the end, it offers more flexibility. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh, one more. Because you come in. There we go. And let's put a limit on these. And now that I've researched the fourth level of all of these modules, that also unlocks this next series of boards. So it unlocks the logic version of all of these boards, which we now have to make. And they all require blue circuits. So I'm thinking using this area here that unloads green to also unload blue. Ooh, excuse me. A little dusty. Okay. So I need some blue circuits. So 5, 6, and 5. There we go. So these are going to be all blue, so I'm going to need the filter inserter, but I want the really fast one, express filter inserter. So I need, well, that's 10. I think I need 11 of these. Yep. And these are going to be set to blues. And again, we're going to offset this with where some of these are going to be, let's see, offset. I want this one to be close. So you can see how the arrow kind of squishes in. Again, that means it's going to put them on the inside of the belt, which we want. And we actually need these to come in right here. I want to make sure I'm not standing. I'm not standing on the belt or on the train tracks, because that is bad. So I think I can sneak it in right there. Like that. So I have all my circuits coming down right here. And for these, we are going to, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we are going to set these up just like this. And these are going to be the logic versions of whatever is across from them. So speed of logic board, efficiency logic board, productivity logic board. And these were the cleaning. These were the producing. Okay. So let's get some input. And I'm going to need some requesters as well. So let's put the output over here. And I think these are a longer crafting. So 5 seconds here. Yeah, so these are a longer crafting. So that means we're going to want a little bit more buffer in these ones, just because it takes longer. And now for the requesters on the other side. And the only thing these need that we need to request are the logic boards. So let's do that. So module logic board is what we need to request. How many of these? Yeah. Okay, so request. So these should all be limited. Good. And I am running out of iron, which we happen to have in abundance over here. I can actually grab a whole bunch of iron if I need it. Don't have a lot of copper. Oh, we do have copper. So this is a good setup here. We got all the resources that we need. So I can just make a bunch of these inserters. Okay, let's try to do this. Kind of got to go back and forth. And then flip it around. And now we're going to pull, because these need red and blue. We're kind of done with the greens, I think. So I'm going to copy and paste the bottom of all of these. So now we've got reds, now we need blues. And for blues, we are going to use another train. And I don't have any fuel here. So I'm going to pull a little bit of fuel out of there. And let's see. What do we need? I have cargo wagons in here. Okay, so this is module greens. We're going to rename it greens blues. So we want to set it as circuit load, time passed, and then we're going to have it go to module green blues, time passed. As far as my train situation, I've been, let's see, for some reason when when this is set up like this, it's really hard. I kind of got them set up so it works. We have limited space, so I just need to make sure the trains are actually coming in like they should. I might need, I'm not sure what my refueling situation is like. So down in my circuit area. So we're going to head down to the blues, and I want to limit each one of these cargo wagons so we don't just absolutely consume everything. And this will kind of kickstart this area of the game again. So yeah, we don't have any refueling down here, so I'm actually going to want to set that up. So we've actually filled up, which is good. And that kick-started this whole process. So our map, you can see the pollution down in copper has really gone away. It's pretty crazy because we're not actually using a whole lot of copper right now. And that will now change with us kind of using blues again, because our blues backed up and it really wasn't being used all that much. And copper, while we're using a little copper, we weren't nearly using as much as we were before. Okay, so what is going on here? This is a problem. The biggest issue is this one right here. I need to make sure that it's not on the system. There we go. And one more down here should help with that quite a bit. Get them off and get them going on here. So now that we've got blues coming in, these are going to kickstart and really start consuming them quickly. I actually want to limit these blues. Just like that. And this should be good. And we should be making these logic boards now, which is good. Now we can actually start working on the getting modules created properly. And one thing I'm going to want to do is get rid of this mess, although I don't really have any ammunition. Yeah, I don't have any ammunition. I do have laser turrets, but that is kind of an issue. I could poke in here a little bit. I have plenty of laser turrets on me. Okay, that helped a little bit. Got a few left. There we go. kind of leave those there. Who knows if they're going to try to build up again. I need the space for actual circuits. And these kind of take up quite a bit of space. I'm actually running out of shotgun ammo for the first time. Okay, so now that all fours are done, let's just keep trucking through. They don't need any of the more advanced for research. Any of these advanced circuits for research, don't need them. Oh, here comes another spot of blues. Luckily, they only use 2 per. That's still quite a lot. It's a lot of circuits. These are going really well. Processor boards, that's for the next phase. I don't think hits until like level 6 or so. I think it's 6. Yeah, there's the 6th speed processor boards, which only use blues. So our blues are going to be in high demand soon. Let's see, how are we going to make... what am I low on? Plastic, which means I don't have any red circuits. So let me grab some reds from the magical red train here. Okay, so circuit-wise, I can take these, because I think, you know, the modules themselves will start taking circuits after number 2. So as you can see, 3 takes reds and then blues, and then 5s start taking artifacts, which is interesting. 7s, so it's pretty much all blues. Oh, there's a red. So reds and blues. I don't see any greens in there anywhere. So 5, 6, 7 blues, 8 blues and reds. So 8 needs reds as well. So I'm going to loop the reds and the blue circuits through here, and I'm going to extend this to encapsulate the circuit making proper here. So let's try to space ourselves around. But the only problem is I'm gonna need some space for. I'm gonna need the blues for the processor boards. So you can see the 6 here. These processor boards take more blue circuits. So I think these also pretty much mirrors the pattern. So we're gonna need a lot of blue circuits. A lot of blue circuits. And that is going to be the big limiting factor. So I might have to stretch this down. I don't want to cover this stone. This is like a healthy amount of stone down here. Oh, there was my last. Last of my shotgun shells. So yeah, I'm gonna need another setup for the processor. I don't need it to go down as far because I can use both sides of this setup. So I'm gonna take these away and take the light away just for now, and I'm gonna extend this down a little ways just so I can space this out. Because I think these processor boards are only going to use blues. So if we go down to 6, so yeah, they're just going to use blues. We are going to need to stretch the reds down, but I can do that underground. I can do an underground belt, and I can have, let's see, I can have one here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So there's 4. I'm going to need a 5th. So like that. Those will be the processor boards. And I can have these come down and then over. And I'm kind of just barely scratch the amount of stone. I can, kind of mine around this a little bit. As far as the reds, I'm gonna have to bring those down anyway. So that'll do it for this episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.